What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is every barbecue style we could find in the United States. We like barbecue, don't we?
We do like barbecue food. We do.
We like really do.
We like food on the barbecue, then we like barbecue flavoured.
Yeah, because there is a difference, isn't there? They're both nice, but there is a difference.
Of course there is.
Just say it. I'm just stating the obvious.
Yeah, we do like barbecue food.
Definitely. We absolutely love it. You guys are showing us awesome ones as well on these reactions, aren't they? Like, oh, this is something what makes us hungry.
It is.
We've had tea already, but I can already feel myself getting hungry again just thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is classed as barbecue food, but
or barbecue food.
Yeah, but we are actually tomorrow going to be filming a cooking video.
Oh, you mean, okay, I got it, yes. And what we're going to do, no promises, but we're going to try our best. We're going to put...
We've got the ingredients, if that makes you feel better.
Have we checked the ingredients?
I've checked them all. I wrote the list. We weren't shopping today. I wrote the list from the recipe book of what we needed.
Yeah.
And we've got it all.
We're going to be streaming on Patreon on one of our phones because we're gonna try and record it on our old other camera, aren't we, with a stand, like we did our last cooking video. But what we're going to do is we're going to have our phones for like just a stream to have there basically so people can watch, and we're also going to pick it up, chat, which won't be seen in the video, so you'll see everything we do.
Yeah.
But then the video will have us just doing the video. So if you're on Patreon, you'll see us potentially doing the video.
A little Q&A maybe during it, after it.
Little, there isn't that many people on Patreon, so there maybe no one walks up, so it may just be us doing the video.
You doing it.
Yeah, but we're doing the video anyway, so the video will be out.
But she's not sure when the video will be out.
Yeah, to be fair, assuming we do it tomorrow, which is fingers crossed, we will put a notification on our community saying we're streaming on Patreon if we do, and it's like, I think it's like 99%, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now we're saying this, we definitely have to do it because we don't want people to sign up to Patreon and then not do it.
Well, we have the ingredients, so we have to use the ingredients up.
Definitely. So smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Go and sign up to Patreon. We'd seriously appreciate it for one. And two, we're gonna be streaming. You won't be able to see all of it because what we're gonna have to do is we have to stream on our phone. So it's gonna be just us chatting, background stuff. You're not gonna see like the video. No. But the video will come out and you'd have witnessed it technically. Kind of like if you're on Discord, when Millie cooks. She has a phone in her hand at times cooking stuff out. You put it on there so you can just see us. It'll kind of be like that. It'll be a bit more personal, a bit more behind the scenes while we're doing the video. Yeah?
But if you're from Philadelphia, you might want to check it out.
Philly cheesesteak. Is that what it is?
Just gonna be a surprise.
Okay, well, I'll cut that out. I beeped that. So if you're from Philadelphia, you definitely want to check it out. Longest intro ever. But every barbecue style we could find in the United States. You ready?
Yeah.
What we got? Let's go.
Obviously, we have no idea when or how the first humans figured out that cooking your food makes it taste better. Americans like to prep, grill, and marinate their meats and veggies with a wild diversity of styles and flavors, producing notably different barbecue specialities state by state, or even city by city, or neighborhood by neighborhood.
Well,
okay, let's begin the barbecue.
Oh, hey, little guy, what are you doing? Oh, no.
Oh,
today on Weird History Food, we're going to take a look at every style of barbecue we could find across the United States. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel and leave us a comment letting us know what other regional foods you would like to hear about.
Go quickly.
Oh, 1,295.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Oh.
2,295.
Well, you guys best smash that now.
Okay, make sure you have plenty of wet naps and macaroni and cheese on hand, because things are about to get saucy.
Sounds good.
Many Americans primarily associate barbecue with the Lone Star State, and not just because Hank Hill is arguably our most famous fictional grill enthusiast.
Boy, I could listen to the sound of sizzle all day long.
It's pretty relaxing.
Texas prides itself on great grilled meats, and the state has a number of specific barbecue specialities depending on what region you're exploring. East Texans, for example, frequently prepare their meats in a wood-burning pit filled with either pecan or hickory, a tradition inherited from the enslaved Africans who once worked plantations in the area. Slow cooking beef until it becomes loose and falls apart off the bone, then turning it into chopped meat sandwiches, is a standard local practice, as is slow-cooked pulled pork. In the southern areas of the region, bordering Louisiana, some Cajun influence has also seeped into the Texas barbecue, integrating ingredients like boudin sausage alongside other meat options.
Okay.
Cajun food is nothing if not known for its seepage. Central Texas is most associated with slow-cooked brisket, seasoned with salt and pepper before being smoked over oak at low heat for hours.
We're in a brisket, but that's just from us liking kind of like beef anyway.
Yeah.
And it looking gorgeous.
Yeah.
We gotta give it a go one day.
To try so bad.
We have to give it a go.
So bad.
Or even days. It's a meal you really have to schedule, like a doctor's appointment, after you indulge a juicy brisket. Here, the meat itself takes center stage. It's served minimal or no sauce, letting the smoke, pepper, smoke, and meat do all the talking. Maybe a few sides or veggies, preferences that were imported to Texas from the
sausage in there as
Carolinas.
well.
Some of this influence in Central Texas comes from the Jewish and German immigrants who settled in Central Texas and
Do you
became
know what it reminded me of? It's like the Texas English breakfast, just with the sausage in the middle, the brisket
Yeah.
there. It was like,
Yeah.
let us know if you guys
The
see it that
beans.
way. It just seemed like, I know it's not a breakfast, but it seemed like a Texas breakfast.
Full Texas.
Yeah, full Texas.
Full Texas.
Inspiration off the English breakfast, but just more steroids.
Yeah.
cattle ranchers in the mid-19th century, adjusting some of their favorite pork dishes from home to utilize the beef they were now raising. West Texas barbecue is the most traditional and familiar to mainstream Americans, and leans toward favored recipes of the American cowboy and frontiersman. Here, chefs prepare meats including sausage, ribs, and chicken directly over a high heat, often fueled by mesquite wood. The use of very hot, direct flame also cuts down on prep time considerably over the slow and steady style favored in the East. Setting your food directly on fire is a delicate balance. A thin line separates barbecue perfection from lightly seasoned charcoal. Along Texas's expansive southern border, Mexican influences have found their way into the local barbecue culture. Many Texas pitmasters have borrowed techniques from barbacoa, a cooking style that originated in the Caribbean and became popular in Mexico, in which sheep or goats were traditionally slow roasted or steamed, often in a hole dug into the ground and covered with agave leaves. In the
That's
Texas
interesting.
version, pitmasters roast meats in a brick-lined hole in the ground, over a combination of leaves and mesquite coals. That's like the
Wow.
old saying goes, if you seek barbecue, you should dig 2 holes, especially if it's a big party. Before it became known for Elvis and the Grizzlies, in its earliest days, Memphis, Tennessee was an important port off the Mississippi River and became a hub for rare spices and sauces that were largely unavailable in the rest of the Americas. The local cuisine often includes these exotic, rich seasonings, such as paprika and molasses. To this day, Memphis barbecue retains a distinctive, sweet flavor. No wonder the king had a sweet tooth. Pork remains the most popular meat for most Memphis specialty dishes. Pork ribs and pulled pork are most common, though it's not unheard of for pitmasters to cook up an entire hog at once. Might as well. Why stop at the pork chop? Typically, the meats are rubbed with a mixture of spices
That's
and
weird. I've never had anything like that before. I've seen it before, but it just feels strange to me to actually see the pig.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Again,
Well, for our wedding, we're having hog roast.
oh yeah. Oh, very
I
good.
don't know if I want to see it.
Yeah, it's a bit. Again, it's only weird because I've never had it, and I think
We're not used to it.
yeah, I get people like it. I get people don't like it as well. But it's like, oh, it's just, you know what I
I
mean?
don't know. It just feels a
eyeing
bit,
it up while you're eating its stomach or something. You
it
know,
just feels a bit too full on.
a bit in your face, like yeah. You know
Like,
what I
don't get
mean?
me wrong. I'm not a vegetarian, but
Oh yeah, definitely not.
But
There's
I don't
nothing
know.
wrong with being that, by the way.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not. But that kind of makes me slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah, you probably just let us know what you
It's
guys
kind of
think in the
just
comments.
crossing the line a bit too much.
and seasonings, usually including a hefty dose of
That's a lot of
paprika,
seasoning.
before being finished with a light mopping of a vinegar and tomato-based barbecue sauce. Though Memphis is the state's primary destination for great barbecue, West Tennessee also has some regional traditions of its own. This area is primarily notable for the whole hog barbecue, a common cost-saving practice in small rural communities across the South and Midwest. All available meat from the hog is pulled and mixed in with a peppery, acidic sauce
Does
and
feel
served
good.
with slaw on the side. This practice, which aims to utilize meat from the entire animal, was a key influence on the nose-to-tail sustainability
I'm
movement.
not sure.
I'm
either.
never having pork ever
I
again.
think it might be a veggie.
You're scarred for life right now, aren't you? I'll still be eating pork.
Moving up north, Chicago is home to a number of unique barbecuing traditions and techniques, owing both to the city's robust history of immigration and its central importance as a hub for the North American meatpacking industry.
Okay.
The south side favors cheaper cuts of meat, like beef tips, smoked over direct heat and covered in a sweet sauce.
Looks good.
Meanwhile, the north side leans towards sausages and other boiled meats.
Okay.
The signature Chicago barbecue menu item, inasmuch as there is one in this eclectic city, is smoked and boiled ribs, or beef tips served with sausage.
Boiled ribs.
Boiled. Do we have? What do we have?
I guess it's
Grill?
done on the grill.
Cooked.
Cooked at oven, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I was going to say before the Baldwin came in, and then it kind of threw me off, I know someone who absolutely loves ribs. You love them, don't you? Every time we go
It's me,
out.
but now I think I'm veggie.
We'll see. Next time we go out, it'll be, I might have a half rack of ribs.
I only get half a rack though, and even that's a bit.
You only just eat it, don't you? Because
Just
it
eat it.
does fill you up, doesn't it?
But I do like ribs.
Oh, yeah, you love them. Every single time. It's either that or a scampi.
Yeah. That's...
And French fries. The climate along the Great Lakes is less than ideal for non-summer barbecues, leading many restaurants to make do with indoor propane smokers and wood-burning ovens in place of more
Makes sense.
traditional
Yeah.
methods, like grills and literal holes in the ground. The most
What is it with
iconic
holes
of
in the
these
ground?
indoor smokers is called the aquarium smoker, which you can spot jutting its smokestack through the roof of any respectable Chicago barbecue joint. But in the early 1900s, which helped cement the city's ultra-thick, very sweet
Whoa.
approach. A number of Kansas City's local barbecue legends, including brothers Arthur and Charlie Bryant and Ollie Gates, trained directly under Perry and adopted his techniques as their own.
Awesome. To be fair, I do like that. The US is that big, and there's so many cultures
Yeah.
over there, so many different people with different backgrounds. You just got completely different styles
Yeah.
of cooking the
Definitely.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Different methods in cooking it, different ways in preparing it,
Yeah.
different ways to finish it,
It's crazy.
and you got all these different flavours. And I want to try them all.
No,
but
I know, but obviously.
I think I'd be huge if I tried them all, to be honest. But eventually we'll get over and try as
Yeah.
much as we can. But it's just the different. It just highlights different cultures
Yeah, definitely.
in food, though, and
Yeah.
it is mental and awesome.
While it may be far smaller in terms of land mass than Texas, Virginia is nonetheless home to a number of regional barbecue styles that shift as you move across the state, like a kaleidoscope of flavors, a smoky, tangy kaleidoscope. These include sweet tomato-based barbecue sauces in the north, peculiar
That's
additions
got a
like
bit hot
root
on
beer
it.
and peanut butter in the central part of the state,
Ooh.
vinegary sauces laced with mustard in the south, and a distinctive mix of herbs and spices within the Shenandoah Valley. Regardless of the region, smoking meats is less popular here than in many other regions, with Virginians preferring to fire up their meat in a pit. And honestly, we get it. Pits are way cooler than smokers. If a fire pit is on the table, go with the fire pit. In fact, Virginians take their barbecuing so seriously, some claim that the practice was actually invented by indigenous Americans in the area. And there's actually some historical evidence to back up those claims.
Wow. Okay.
We know that some Powhatan tribes in the area roasted meat on wooden grills before the arrival of Europeans, and several founding fathers, including James Madison and George Washington, personally hosted barbecue-themed gatherings during the colonial era.
There you go.
Which means there is a possibility they commemorated the signing of the Declaration of Independence with a kick-ass cookout.
Imagine.
So even if they weren't technically the first, these would have at least been early examples of the modern Southern barbecue tradition in common practice. You travel. Just
so
stay away
hungry.
from whoever makes barbecue in a microwave, which is technically a felony.
Yeah, don't
The
be doing
western
that.
portion
I've
of
been making it in a microwave.
Don't be doing that. You're ruining your food. I'm seeing gorgeous food after
I
gorgeous
If you're
Yeah.
food.
talking barbecue
There
in
you go.
South Carolina, you should know this is pig country. The state's barbecue chefs favor pulled pork, slow cooked in a smoky pit. Whole hog barbecue is also
Again,
popular.
it feels weird to say, but pulled pork sandwich. Oh, I love a pulled pork. Because, again, it's so tender, isn't it?
Yeah,
And stuff
it
like
is.
it just melts in your mouth. Oh, what do you prefer, ribs or pulled pork?
Ribs.
Yeah, to be fair, that was an easy question, weren't it?
the state. Because why bother debating which part of the pig to cook when you can just throw the whole thing in there? There's more variety in techniques
Wow.
in South Carolina.
What is
with
that?
Various pit masters and cooks employing vinegar
must
and
be oil.
tomato-based
Yeah, that must be
sauces
something, yeah.
or salt and pepper
Salt,
rubs, but the region is particularly known for its frequent use of mustard-based sauces, another contribution from German immigrants.
There you go.
Hawaii.
Oh, this will be a bit left field, won't it?
Because it's such a popular destination for tourists, and the weather in the tropics remains barbecue-friendly year-round, cookouts are a constant
no,
source of
cookout, yeah.
entertainment and nourishment in America's 50th state, Hawaii, which coincidentally is also kind of famous for Elvis. He just lived his life in barbecue's orbit. Additionally, because the food itself benefits so much from a diverse range of influences and origins, Hawaii is the perfect barbecuing breeding ground, situated at the geographical epicenter of Asian and North American traditions.
Okay.
Hawaiian barbecue preferences have been shaped as much by China, the Philippines, and Korea as the American South,
best of both
giving it
worlds.
all manner
Yeah.
of distinctive flourishes. Ribs are often prepared in a Chinese or Korean-influenced fashion, with rice as a popular side.
I like
And
rice, though.
barbecued seafood, a relative rarity in the continental U.S.
Not really a fan of seafood though, but you'd have.
I'd
Would you have them shrimps barbecued?
Yeah.
There you go. Not for me though. But it makes sense. It's an island, isn't it? So
Well, yeah.
you're gonna have seafood.
is a common presence on Hawaiian menus. Perhaps the most distinctive aspect of Hawaiian cuisine, however, remains the innovation of the plate lunch, which dates back to the late 19th century, when the islands were largely taken up by sugar and pineapple plantations. Workers, many of them immigrants from China, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, and Portugal, would often bring their lunches in bento boxes, using leftover rice from the previous night's dinner as a side dish.
Okay.
By the 1930s, professional services, called lunch wagons, popped up to prepare these cheap and easy midday meals fresh, swapping up the bento boxes
to be
for
fair, it looks good.
compartmentalized paper
Oh,
plates.
that middle one looks
The
nice.
lunch wagon had a
Yeah.
lasting effect, and not just as a devastating playground insult. Even after the plantation era largely ended, the popularity of these plate lunches continued at drive-ins and restaurants across the state. A traditional Hawaiian plate lunch includes meat, sometimes barbecued Kahlua pork, but also potentially spam musubi, a hamburger patty and gravy known as
Oh, that
moko
looks
moko,
good.
or other local favorites, along with rice and a dollop of macaroni salad, a universal dish that appealed to nearly every palate.
I guess it's easy, isn't it? Quick and easy,
Yes.
get it on the go.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes it sound like when we go and get chips and cheese from
It's quick. The
what's it
chips
called?
and cheese, the burger bar.
Burger Bar, that's it. Completely went in there. I've got steak in my head. I think it's steakhouse. I was like, it's definitely not steakhouse. Burger Bar, we just get chips and cheese. You get in a little carton. It's easy, isn't it? Eat
Easy
it on the
peasy.
go. Cheap as chips.
Yeah.
Literally. Happy days.
In addition to being the home of beloved fictional characters like Forrest Gump and Cameron Poe, Alabama is the sweet home of its own unique barbecue sauce. Bama barbecue superficially resembles the styles employed in the surrounding areas. Alabamans typically prefer pork shoulder and chicken dishes, and sauces can range from a vinegar-rich Memphis style to the sweeter, more ketchup-forward sauces favored in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the state's signature addition to the pitmaster's
that white
arsenal
gravy?
is white sauce, made
Oh.
by combining vinegar,
White sauce, but I'm pretty sure people call it white
Yeah.
gravy, don't they?
salt, black pepper, and mayonnaise.
Sounds nice.
Interesting.
Kentuckians mix things up not only in terms of preparation, but also meat choice. Mutton is a common dish at many local restaurants, marinated in a combination of Worcestershire and vinegar before being smoked over hickory wood. Other regional favorites include thinly sliced barbecue turkey and ham sandwiches,
Okay.
shredded pork sandwiches, and a wedged cut of pork shoulder known as Boston butt. That sounds like a guy scalping
I never
Patriots
knew until this
tickets.
video pork shoulder was so popular.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't even know it was really a thing you ate.
No.
Maybe we've just been ignorant on the menus and just gone, we'll have that, and maybe it has been pork shoulder.
Maybe,
But-
but then it may be also a culture thing.
Potentially. It's just I've never noticed it so much. It's been on quite a few.
Although California is noted for many cuisines, including their fabulous pizza kitchens, it's
Okay.
not one of the first states you think of when it comes to a great barbecue. But the central portion of the state, especially the Central Coast, has a long history of cattle ranching. And where there's lots of
No, I
cattle
think
and
of California
ranchers,
when I see
you'll
that.
usually
Yeah.
find
Yeah, I don't know why, but I do.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
California to me
Okay.
is like all these different cultures
Yeah.
in one place. Do you know what I mean?
I kind of get what you mean.
Like, yeah, it's got the beach, it's got the heat and the sun and all that. It's got like, you know, the Hollywood lifestyle.
Yeah.
But it's got the ranches, it's got like, you know, the outskirts.
I guess so. Maybe because we've done reactions, we know a bit more of the outskirts, and you're not just centered on
I
Hollywood.
feel
I
like
guess.
when you think of California, when like from an outside view, you
Yeah.
just think of beach, heat.
Yeah. Which is
famous
probably what he's
people.
getting at, I guess.
But then, like, I don't know. I always think of ranches when I think
A
of
hot
California.
place, so you got ranches and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, oh, you go. Interesting. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. It'd be interesting.
some grilling happening as well. What else are you going to do with those cows? Give them jobs? One popular California barbecue dish is beef tri-tip, prepared with a dry rub of salt, pepper, and garlic salt before being smoked over a bed of red oak coals. This is sometimes known as Santa Maria style, and it's often served alongside the very Californian side dish of pinto beans and tortillas, because everything tastes better in a burrito. So what do
The
you
burritos
think?
make a big
Which
difference, to
barbecue
be
style
fair.
do you think is
Let us know what you think's the best style. We want to try
I
the
couldn't believe there's
Texas
so many
biscuit, don't we?
styles.
So many styles. You like ribs, obviously, as well,
Yeah.
and we do want to try that Texas
The
biscuit.
brisket is the big
We haven't tried it, so we can't say we definitely think it's
I mean,
our
we don't even
favourite.
like it when we try
We
it.
may not, but it looks absolutely stunning, and we want to give it a go, don't we? Smash that like button if you enjoyed it, guys. Smash that subscribe button as well. You're absolute legends. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow on a live stream on Patreon. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.